This has been on my list for a while. And why has it been on my list for a while? Because it's worth making, because it's delicious, and because it's so much better for you than store-bought. But I don't eat a lot of potato chips, and this is a dip. So I've kind of been putting it off, and I just decided today was the day. So we are making caramelized onion dip. And again, why would you make it when you can just go into the store, pay $1.89 for 16 ounces, or however much it is now. I don't buy it. So, and the reason is because it's loaded with chemicals. Now, if you don't care about that, then you can skip this recipe. But it is pretty amazing. And you will impress your friends by how close you've gotten it to the store-bought stuff. Okay, so we are weighing onion, and we're looking for 10.5 to 11 ounces. That is almost 7. That's 13. And that was 12. So let's see. Oop. 11:10. We're just gonna leave it. We're gonna go with that. If you hear a whooshing sound, I've got my air fryer cooking my turkey breast right now. So that's what that sound is. So I'm going to trim off this end because I don't really want that in my dip. And then we're going to slice very thin pieces. I'm cleaning off some of the onion peel. The onion paper. Very, very thin. Like around 1/8 of an inch. So we're going to caramelize this onion, which makes the dip pretty amazing. And it's a mix of sour cream, which I don't make, and homemade mayonnaise. Okay, so we're going to cut these slices into pieces that are basically 1/3. And this one, you want to be careful. Not careful, but conscious of whether or not there's parts of the onion that run different ways, because the slices will be altered. So I've got a few pieces like that. So we're going to have to cut those down. Now, I love caramelized onion. In fact, it takes a while, but it doesn't work because you throw it on the stove, stir it, and kind of walk away. Now, I do recommend that until you get the hang of it, that you stay close by to make sure it's progressing like it should. Okay, so I'm just checking through the pieces. Okay, I will meet you at the stove. So my skillet is heated to medium, and I am mixing cooking fats. So the thing with caramelized onion is you want to use a generous amount of oil. That was a little over 2 tablespoons. And I may have to add, yeah, see, I always have a hard time adding enough oil. All right, that's, I'm going to add a little bit more. That's like 2 tablespoons. And the reason I mix fats is because it improves the flavor. So, now, the key is, again, plenty of oil. This may actually be too much. I never know. Well, I do know when I do it often enough. So we're going to briefly cook it on medium. Cook the onions on medium. And then we're going to turn it down to low. Because that's how you caramelize onions. So we're going to stir it to make sure it all gets coated. And if you've never had caramelized onions, you are missing it. So I'm finding some pieces that do need to be cut down a little bit, but it's not any tragedy if they're a little bit larger, because they're going to be completely cooked. All right, so this is the easy part. I'm going to cut these into thin slices, and then return them to the pan, which you won't see because I'm not going to make you sit through 25 minutes of onion caramelization. But I'll come back maybe halfway through and just show you the process and what to expect. Not maybe, I will. So I'll be back. Now you also want to salt these. Like I said, salt just improves the flavor. So I'm going to turn this down to, it's on 3. Okay, so this is about 35 minutes in, and you can see we're starting to brown a little bit, and so starting to caramelize. So probably another 20 minutes. We'll see. I can't wait for you to taste your first batch. Okay, this is what we've got. Look at this. I mean, they've really cooked down. And I think I did add a little too much oil, but that's not all oil. That is sugars and juice released from the onions. So we are going to mix this in our dip base. I'm so excited. Yeah. All right, so I'll meet you back at the counter. Okay. We're ready to mix our dip. This is 8 ounces of sour cream. And I usually buy organic sour cream, but you can't get it in a 8-ounce container. Where I shop, I get mine at Trader Joe's. And I just didn't want to have all that sour cream hanging out at my house. So, because I still, you know, I do grass-fed, I do raw milk, and even though the sour cream is organic, it still creates some, I still have a sensitivity to some dairy products. So, let's see. We want a quarter cup of mayo. And again, this is my homemade mayo. And I'm just going to guess. And then 3/4 garlic flakes. And the reason I like these, somebody asked about using granulated garlic in the mayonnaise. And you can, but it might be gritty, or there's just other reasons. The reason I like this is because this is the most it most closely resembles fresh minced garlic. So it reconstitutes like that as well. And that's why I use it. Plus, where I get mine, I know that it's absolutely fresh. And it just amazing smell. So we are adding all of the cooked onion, caramelized onion as well. And I really can't wait for you to try this. Isn't that beautiful? Now, we're not putting in all of the juices that I mentioned when the cooking finished. We're just using all of the onion. And again, I want to emphasize why you would go to this much trouble to make onion dip. Because it's so amazing. And there's no chemicals. It's all food. Everything in here is food. So we are going to stir this up. And one thing about homemade mayonnaise, you know, because it doesn't have any stabilizers, gums, preservatives, anything like that. A little bit of warmth, like summer temperatures in your home, or warm food, like the onion that I've just added. It's not hot, but it was still warm. It will melt it. Now, that's not a problem in most applications. And as you see, it's not a problem in this one either. And we are going to stir it. I'm going to taste it. And it does take about 2 hours in the refrigerator to reach full married flavor. Okay. So I buy kettle potato chips that are fried in olive oil only. And to me, it's like the best choice of the worst choices. Olive oil shouldn't be necessarily, you shouldn't fry in an olive oil, but it's still a better oil than canola, cottonseed, or soy oil. So I do it. Yum. I can't wait. Oh my God. Make it, please. You will understand why. Huh. All right, I want you all to have an amazing day. And I'm not coming back to, this is the end of the video because I just tasted it. Like I said, it's amazing. So I'm not going to come back after it has refrigerated for 2 hours. All right, have a lovely day. Thank you.